Hey folks, quick disclaimer here. This video may contain subject matter which some might find wildly inappropriate, especially for those who are under 18. If you happen to find yourself in that demographic, might I suggest hopping over to my channel and checking out one of my other videos and just give this one a little old skip. That's all. Okay, love you, bye. Hello my friends and welcome back. It's New Year, y'all. Let's move on. This week's make was very ambitious. In actuality, I started this at the beginning of November, and it's taken until now to completely finish it. Granted, there were a couple projects in between. Nonetheless, it was a big project. One of the biggest 3D pieces that I've made, and it involved some experimentation, new processes, new materials. Yeah. While I'm crocheting, I'm usually watching something. I'll bounce around through different streaming services. I do find myself on YouTube quite a bit. YouTube just has oodles of content like this. Let's get meta. But yes, tons of content in all different genres on all different topics, including animation. I learned of a pilot episode for a show that an animator is trying to get produced. The animator in question is Vivziepop. Vivziepop's aesthetic and style reminds me very much of just deviant art as a whole. Her style just embodies that website. Last year, Vivziepop had created a pilot for a passion project of hers called Hazbin Hotel. It's a story of a demon princess named Charlie. I have a dream. And she is trying to what? What's she trying to do, Holly? Lost my train of thought. That's what she's trying to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm opening the first of its kind, a hotel that rehabilitates sinners.
Charlie is trying to help with the overpopulation problem in hell by helping sinners get into this universe's version of heaven. To do so, she has opened a hotel, the Happy Hotel, and is taking in sinners from all across hell to try to help them get their way into heaven. One of these sinners is a spider demon named Angel.
The porn star?
You chocolate, Tom.
Angel Dust, but YouTube. So y'all, we're gonna make like a 2.5 foot tall angel dust.
Thanks for the fun time, hot stuff.
Yeah, listen. Keep this discreet, you hear me? I can't let it get out I'm offering my services to randos on the street. It was a quick cash grab. You got it?
Yeah, so there's a lot of footage to go through this week, so let's go do the thing. There is an absolute myriad of supplies we will need for this project, starting out with a couple different colors of yarn, a couple shades of a cream, black, pink, red, my, again, very blurry F or 3.75 millimeter crochet hook, my scissors, yarn needle, pile of felt, my hot glue gun, some fabric paint, a new supply, this quilt batting, along with another new supply, this ball joint hosing, which I'll use for his spine. Then I have some different gauges of armature wire for his appendages, and my needle felting needle. Let me just scooch this out of the way. Oh, for cripe's sake. Just, oh my god. Okay, that's just gonna be where we're at, I guess. I will be starting out on my floor. I drew up this angel dust drawing on my iPad, and now I'm going to size it up on this big huge sheet of craft paper, just so I have almost a pattern, just so he's to scale. And then I've got something to reference as I'm building his armature and covering it with quilt batting and stuffing. All right, this is getting a little out of hand. He's gonna be over 2 feet tall. He's gonna look bitchin' when he's dead now. Let's go do the thing.
I've relocated to a different floor so I can attach the thicker armature wire to make up his legs and arms, using the smaller armature wire to attach it to the ball joint sockets and otherwise secure the folded over edges of the wire in his hands and feet. I'm continually referencing my paper pattern just to make sure I am putting all the joints in the right spot. And now it is time for quilt batting. I will take this big, huge, thick roll and cut it down into strips so I can wrap it around the wire and the ball joints. And then for the areas that need more bulk, I've gone ahead and added a little stuffing underneath the quilt batting. The quilt batting kind of sticks to itself, so there's really no need to secure it or tape it in any way. I just wind it around itself and kind of fold in the little end underneath itself. Similar to what you would do with an ace bandage if you didn't have those little grippy teeth fellas. Two hours and one entire bag of quilt batting later, and we have the innards of an angel dust. And now we can crochet. I'm going to start with one of the cream colors of yarn and make almost a hat of sorts to cover his head. I'll start it off the body and then move to actually putting it on the body and working it on the body, just because it gets a little tedious with trying to work around something. Once I have the entire head encased in yarn, I'll make the fluff of his chest that comes out of his tuxedo. Then I'll move on to the other cream color and work on the tuxedo. After taking a moment to look at my reference drawing and the actual Vivziepop character art, I'm not liking how these two colors look in this current configuration. Off camera, I'm just going to switch these real quick. That looks much better. Now we will continue with the tuxedo, working our way down the body, adding the pink stripes as needed. I'm adding stitch markers here and there just to keep track of where I need to start decreasing to replicate his body shape. Once we get down to his hips, we'll add his skirt. I won't like how this skirt looks, so then I will redo the skirt and the tuxedo tail. With the tux done, I can go ahead and start on the legs. Cue ZZ Top. With both legs done, Angel needs a little help in the ass region.
What?
We'll bulk that out a little bit here and work on his lower half. His hip skin, gross, has been attached to the underside of his skirt, so now I will begin on one of his hands. He's got a glove on each hand, which I will start just like the head, working it off of the body, and then putting it on and continuing my way up the arm. At this point, I realize I don't like how this arm is turning out. So off camera, I'm going to completely disassemble it and redo it.
Call to action time. If you aren't already, go ahead, subscribe to my channel, click the like button, and leave a comment below if you have either a favorite Hazbin Hotel or Hell of a Boss character. If you are unfamiliar with either one of those properties, let me know who your favorite YouTuber is. Bonus points if it's me. Not only do I take up space on YouTube, but I can also be found on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And I also have patterns available through Etsy and Ravelry, and ready-made items through my Etsy shop. Links for all that crap are in the description box below. I think I touched base on everything I needed to touch base on. And now back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Angel's arm has been successfully flayed.
What?
And I'm liking the new glove color that I chose instead. So now we can redo that first arm. And he's got a couple extra arms, so let's just get those covered too. And with those last two arms, his entire body has now been completely encased in yarn. Next up, we will work on his spiky hair thingies. I'm going to replicate his hair by making a series of cones and then stuffing and sewing them to his head. And there's one side of his hair complete. Now we'll do the other side. And that's his hair. You can see how the ball joints in his neck enable him to be able to hold a pose. Next up, we'll work on his bow tie. Alright, with the bow tie assembled, I'll set that aside so I can work on his lapel. Lapel has been attached. As has the bow tie. Next up, I will use some felt and some off-camera needle felting to add his final details. Y'all, just bask in his glory.
Y'all, he turned out so huge. I love him. He's fully articulate. He's got the ball sockets in his back that goes all the way up into his neck and into his head. I want to be as gentle as I can with the wires that are in his arms because they did get bent around quite a bit as I was working on him. So just, it's armature wire. Wire's gonna break after so many bends. Here's to hoping he has a nice long life of being posed. I am so pleased. Just the silhouette and the shape. I am just tickled. I am never making another one of him, so this is mine. This is my new son. All of the felt details turned out fantastic. So Angel Dust will very likely live out his days living on the shelf behind me somewhere. And just sitting there and looking party, because that's what he does best.
This body is flawless.
And with that, we thank you all very much for watching. We appreciate the crap out of you. Okay, love you, bye. Let's, I wasn't talking to you, ma'am.
Thanks for the feedback.
I will have to experiment some more with the armature wire and ball joint sockets. I'll make a snake. A completely posable snake. Yes. 5 degrees Fahrenheit this morning. Looked like I got a very angel expression. Hi. Don't talk.
Fodder.
Don't talk to me or my hooker son ever again.
Hey.
Our hooker
That's
son.
our hooker son.